Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's Jeff Eichen here with Weeds Day, and I'm going to bring in my incredible self here, and I am so blessed to be with you today. Make this post here, and so blessing, so blessed to be with you today, and so technology is a wonderful thing, and we're going to be hosting and doing the Oregon Country Fair this year at King Kesey event. I bet you they smoked some good ones, and in the past, the Merry Pranksters, and the Oregon Country Fair is going to be live this weekend, and I'm hosting it. I mean, I'm doing all of the workshop movies. I'm streaming them live. So come to my yard sale, come to my WEEDSDAYS show, come everywhere and check on in, everybody. If you want to play with me, I'm here. We're waiting to populate our show as normal. And who knows who will stop in today? Maybe Chris Conrad, maybe Amy Pova, maybe Susan Soraz. She had a great podcast this morning. I was just really listening to the news. And so that's kind of cool, cannabis news. And what's going on? How are we doing, everybody out there? If we wear our t-shirts, when I do green screen, even the green on my t-shirt gets good. So just free all the prisoners, everybody. That's all I know for my legacy. Somebody needs to interview me. I had interviewed once with Dr. Barton Grant, and she was great, but where is that interview? That interview is not being shown public because she didn't have a great mic, and we haven't done that yet. So if anybody wants to step up and interview me, that'd be cool. So that's what I do, and let's get started, and let's show our trailer.
Okay, now look at me. Yeah, you're doing great. You're doing great. Okay, look at me. Yeah, look at me. Look at the camera. Yeah. Put your. I'm your host, Jeff Eichen, human rights advocate and social activist fighting for government deregulation of weed and the release of all nonviolent criminals incarcerated for possession of marijuana, moving violations, parking tickets, IRS debt, etc. Here on Weeds Day, we keep the public informed about all things weed related, including festivals and legislation surrounding regulating the growth of hemp. Good morning, ladies and germs. It's Jeff Eichen, and I hope you're not all germied, but that your seeds are germinating, and it is time to plant. Good morning, everybody. It's Mr. Fresh, Jeff Eichen, and today's episode of Weeds Day is here and about, and we're gonna be talking to some people today. If people come in today, I got some new people I'm having on, and we're gonna talk about sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson. She will miss the Olympics after failing a drug test for cannabis. Boo-hoo. So it's not a Hemp-Hemp-Hooray there. MLB, Major League Baseball, just decriminalized marijuana. And so you can't pitch stoned or show up to the stadium stoned, but they're not going to be testing anymore for cannabis in your system, or fire you or take your money away. And so we are super sad that the Olympic Committee has banned this beautiful person I'm just going to tell you here. It says American athlete sprinter Shaw Carey Richardson may be suspended from the Tokyo Olympic Games after failing a drug test over cannabis. Only 4 weeks away, set to begin on the 23rd and run through August 8th. Jamaica Gleaner first reported that Richardson tested positive for prohibited substance. She failed the test only for cannabis, which is attributed to anonymous source. The New York Times confirmed the news, and American runners Gina plays for blah 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 blah. So I'm very sad that cannabis is still a Schedule 1 drug. So everybody, Hemp-Hemp-Hooray, love you so much. Let's play. Let's get it on. And like I said, Hemp-Hemp-Hooray. This one's for you, Jack Harrer, like terror. Love you, everybody. I'm in, not out.
What do you think about that, everybody? The fact of the matter is that we are in this space where close the bar here, so let's get me back. There we are. And we are in a incredible space here to talk about athletes and cannabis. I mean, what's the deal? I have a new buddy back in the Midwest, towards the East, inviting me to join up with their slice of the pie, and they're doing athletes and cannabis. I met John Sally, 3-time ring winner with the Lakers in Canada at the ICR conference, or the ICBC, or I think it was ICBC, Business Cannabis Conference. And I was really blessed to hang out with him and learn more about him. And yeah, those guys are tall at 7 feet or 6'9". So his daughter was there. It was a beautiful weekend, and we celebrated and we talked and we interviewed. And so one day we'll bring those interviews out and put them on a show. So just remember that tie-dye is not illegal, but it could be. It could be. The way things are going, we are clear of the dawn, and it is a new dawn, and we have new people in charge. But is cannabis in the better off? Are we going to look to keep their feet to the fire? I heard during campaign that if I got elected, we're going to re-legalize marijuana. We're going to re-legalize marijuana. So, look, my vest is hemp. I'm wearing my black outfit today. My hat is hemp, and look how beautiful that fabric is. It's just such a gorgeous fabric. And I have these hats, by the way. You can find me on ramastagoods.com. And so it's just really beautiful to be in the space with you today and to play with you. I've got Dizzy and Thelonious back there, and my dad looking after us, and all my classic cameras are about us, and they're in the space. And one day soon we'll have Michael Thompson on. He's now a free man. Can you believe it? 25 years plus in jail for pot. Look, I'm wearing it, and I flew all the way to Michigan. Thank you to all my supporters who helped make that trip possible, and to raise the vibration of the knowledge that people are still in jail for pot. I mean, it's just an amazing thing. I think last week we had an episode with the food guy, and that was really fun. So there is there's from seed to shining seed. That's Todd. We'll have to have Todd on our show. And so there's so many interesting books. Look at this book that I got, and there's so many reads. It says here, sweeping changes that most thought would never come, the integration of cannabis into American society is underway. Although Colorado and Washington were the first to pass the landmark measures to legalize the production and the sale of cannabis for personal use, and thus millions of Americans have turned to it in place of conventional pharmaceuticals. Nevertheless, the federal government refuses to accept these broader societal shifts, with roughly half of all drug-related arrests involving the sale and the production or possession of cannabis. In a new leaf, investigative journalists Allison Martin and Nushin Rashidian offer the most vivid and comprehensive account yet of the rocky road to cannabis and legalization, including interviews with patients, growers, researchers, entrepreneurs, politicians, activists, and regulators. A New Leaf is an essential guide for anyone who wants to understand the far-ranging implications for the shifting drug landscape. A must-read for anyone who wants to participate in the urgent conversation about cannabis legalization, drug policy reform. That's what we are. We are doing reform. We want all of our prisoners free the prisoners, free the plant, and donate to us to help us with our second movie coming out. We're raising funds now for the families. We're going to interview all the free prisoners, and we're going to bring them all onto a desert island and have a gathering, have a swim, have a really incredible time. This life is about celebrating everybody, and it's not about ending alcohol prohibition, because that already happened, and it didn't last very long. But now marijuana is going on a lot of years. It's like 80 years or something, 1937. And so it's just really important to follow, a must read for anybody who wants to participate in the urgent conversation about cannabis legalization and drug policy reform and the assault on the drug war on civil liberties. The war on people. Stop it, everybody. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I watched a really funny video with Bob Newhart, and he was telling his patient. His patient was really funny. His patient was Phil light on here. His patient was saying, "Well, my boyfriend and my blah 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 and blah 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 and blah blah blah," and he said, "I got 2 words for you. Stop it." And then he would say, "Stop it." And so I learned in improv in the old days, and used to play with my sister and brother-in-law down in Los Angeles when we did this play, and I did the lights for like 10 years. Really beautiful to go with theater, work with lights. But in improv, you bring something from the beginning of the story, and you tie it in at the end or in the middle, and you keep referencing things, and it helps with the audience participation, and then they laugh because they've already processed something that's already happened earlier on that they laughed hard for. So if you get a laugh, which laughing is good TV, if you get a laugh, then you have to, let's see if we can get our laugh track up here. If we go here to where are our sounds? Okay. So if you get a laugh track going, and you go and you put it onto a space where you can get the, let's do a laugh track here. So with that, get sound effects up. And, so we're going to go here. So everybody, we are live with WEEDSDAYS, and nobody's popped in yet, so I'm going to roll and keep you educated today. It's such a really day to breathe and to drink your water and to stop single-use plastic. So drink water. I'm out of water. I have my chaga and reishi chai out here, so here's looking at you. And just remember, everybody, that bumper stickers are cool when they're cool. and I'm here to be the PB Hermit of pot, just to be your jovial reminder that there are prisoners in jail for weed still prisoners in jail. Still. Yes. And I'm appalled. That the conversation is happening in a very small, tiny, microcosm. And so I love you all, and I think that it is time for us to end prohibition together. So do your due diligence in learning and teaching the children. That's one of my incredible desires, to bring the children on board so they can be like Greta and do sit-outs and sit-ins. And for gosh sakes, I have my old folding table that says "Thank you for smoking pot" on a bumper sticker on the table from 30 years ago. And so we've been at this a long time, and nobody got abusive on weed, or not nobody. Now many, you laugh, you have couch log, you have munchies, or you get sexy. So you turn up the Bob Marley, and it's a love that I'm feeling. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, find your strain to help your pain and help your brain. And it's not cocaine. But cocaine is a Schedule II drug, everybody, and marijuana is still Schedule I. And that's an appalling fact that opiates are still killing people. And the Project 22 we did, where we filmed 22 vets that kill themselves every day. We didn't film the vets that did. I filmed 22 vets. I interviewed them, and that was in Colorado. And 22 vets came from Missouri, and we were watching there. So amazing. And but that's true. 22 vets kill themselves on opiates every day. And these vets that came, the 22 vets came from Missouri, they were totally smoking and not joking. They were telling their story, how marijuana, weed, kush, whatever you want to call it, purple haze, and gorilla glue, they love the fact that it makes them laugh, have an appetite, and have hope through plants, medicinal plants. They're more natural than man-made stepped-on crap that has not a lot of love intention in there. And I'm not getting too cosmic because most of you know what I'm talking about. I mean, look, there's a hemp-free ball. There's hemp-free. It's made from no wood, and we could be making homes out of it. So we are, but not massively. And so because of these draconian laws, we are caught up with our beautiful people in jail. Now Michael's home, and hello, Michael. We're so looking forward to talking to you when you're all put together. I heard you got a house and all that stuff, and I'm getting ready for my concert. So let's do a concert together, Michael. So this is a shout out to you and Dee Dee. bring Michael on board soon. And Beth Curtis, we're waiting for Beth Curtis to come on with John now. John was totally in jail for 30 years or so, and he's home now, so we can't wait to meet John. We're meeting so many of these beautiful humans. I mean, just think about yourself, everybody. Think about yourself. Think about, and I'm going to go slowly. Think about all the prisoners in jail for something that we do, and that's illegal. And so you can donate to our prisoners fund and lifersmovie.com/donate. Hemp-Hemp-Hooray. We're going to be playing in this space until I leave the planet. I'm not going to leave the planet with one prisoner left in jail. So I'm doing my part. LPP is doing great, the Last Prisoner Project, and everybody else, even the Kardashians, even the Dawn, the Trumpster, assisted 6 of our 8 advocated prisoners to come home. So we're still rooting for you, Lance Sklar and Luke Scamazzo, and we're holding candles out there for you. And everybody that is in Weed Heaven, we love you. Help us from Weed Heaven to end this prohibition. And so we can get hemp t-shirts. I mean, come on. Hemp t-shirts would be great because cotton is the dirtiest industry on the planet. That's why I have my 2 suits here. I have my 2 suits with stash pocket. Yes, there's a stash pocket on here. That's my first suit that I made, and this is my second suit that I made. And they're pretty freaking beautiful. Let's see if I can. The camera's backwards, so it's often hard to see. But they're pretty freaking beautiful, and they're gonna be available soon. But Vietnam, where we sew them. Vietnam, where we sew my suits, is locked down still, and so we can't fly our fabric in. We take 50-pound bags of luggage, bring our fabric in, and we have our suits made, along with my vests. My vests are epic. I have 4 vests available. I have 4 of my hats available. I have the green black stripe and the black and green stripe. So just find me however you can. LifersTheMovie.com is a great way to find me. I'm on social media. I've got a Linktree address, and so with all my stuff on it, I'm on Instagram. Just find me and say, "How about your hemp clothing?" And I want a hat. I want a vest. But my jackets and my pants, my 3-piece suits are not available yet. So with all your bandwidth, do what you can, find your core values, what you like to do, everybody. And like the card that I pulled today, keep in your own flow that makes you freaking happy, It's going to be a great weekend this weekend. We're going to have the Oregon Country Fair. That's going to be a great party. Let's see if I can find the Oregon Country Fair. Let's see if I can find the Oregon Country Fair poster. So if we go here, quickly Facebook. Make sure it's on my page. Does everybody like the new Facebook? It's been around for a while. So I'm going to not have that speak. So here's our Oregon Country Fair poster, everybody. Or the one that I made. Beautiful painted building there. And it's July 9, 10, and 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. everywhere. Org, and check it 10 a.m. So at 10 a.m. I have an hour. I'm going to be showing a little bit of my video that I made with past footage and music, and I'm going to have my legacy show. And so it's going to be from years past, and I'm going to have live people from Oregon filters from the fair on my show in the morning, and then I'll post it again in the evening after the show is done. So Jeff Eichen this weekend, Fair in the Clouds. That's another thing I'm doing. I may postpone living room tapes this weekend because I can only do so much. And there you go. So love and light to everybody. It's really a blessing to be with you all today. Let's see if we can do a search for my folks that were coming in. Let's see what they got. See if we can rattle up some people. So we're really blessed to be with you all today, everybody. We're coming back to me, and I'm holding space today for my show, and I'm really blessed that you're here today. Let's see about what's up with the news. The news here. So the news is going to be, wow. Today's news is a little bit sideways. It's this story here that I want to share with you. It's sprinter Shar Richardson. She will miss the Olympics after a failed drug test. Here. So let's see if I can share my screen with sound here. And there we go. So Shar Richardson here is kind of a quagmire where the Olympics in Tokyo are only 4 weeks away. It's set to begin on July 23rd and run until August 8th. And Richardson tested positive for prohibited substance. She failed to test only for cannabis. But MLB, Major League Baseball, just decriminalized marijuana. So you can be a smoker now at home, but just like alcohol, you can go home and have a beer, get sloshed, and have a hangover and come get on the mound. But you can't be stoned while you're pitching, or bitching, So the idea here is that we're going to play a little bit of this until we get tired. So it's Jeff Eichen here. I'm going to play some.
Richardson will miss Olympics after failed drug test for cannabis. American athlete and sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson may be suspended from the Tokyo Olympic Games after failing a drug test over cannabis. The Olympics in Tokyo are only 4 weeks away, set to begin July 23rd and run until August 8th. The Jamaican winner first reported that Richardson taken positive for a prohibited substance. She failed to test only for cannabis. American runner safe track for the field left Richardson on the team roster list, which means she will officially not be competing in any race at the 2021 Olympics. In a performance that has been praised across the internet, Richardson won the 100
Boo, 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 boo.
on June 19th. Her time was 10.86, wing minus 1.0 meters per second, and due to the failed drug test, it has been provisionally disqualified. Richardson faces a 1 to 3 month disqualification from the World Anti-Doping Agency, WEEDSDAys. What qualifies cannabis as a substance of abuse? Even though the organization updated its regulations on January 1st, 2021, cannabis still carries a strict penalty, maximum 4-year ban for athletes. The 21-year-old is a star NCAA athlete at Ralph Potter Ellis, where she broke a 30-year record at 100 meters. People have flooded Richardson with support on Twitter, stating since cannabis isn't a performance-enhancing drug, the rules are out there. Artist and grassroots organizer Lee Newsom continued on Twitter. In just a few years, there will be endless products moving from marijuana plant to the market. Everyone will return to incarcerate thousands of people for being possessing the same substance. Richardson is not the only athlete to face harsh penalties for cannabis use. Michael Phelps is another Olympic athlete who has admitted to using cannabis. Phelps was suspended by the water for 3 months after a photo of him surfaced taking a bomb in 2009. He also lost a little bit of sponsorship with development of cannabis. Olympians can sometimes get away with consuming cannabis, as long as it's not done on the field. Richardson will be able to contend the suspension if he's not consumed while she was running, but in the setting outside of it before competition. Due to the long half-life of cannabis, a long THC remains in the system, which is possible that months of earlier consumption can still show up. Richardson is a Nike athlete, and there has been no word from Nike about the standing of the partnership with the brand. The International Olympic Committee has also not been reached by comment at this time.
So everybody, that is the Richardson little audio by Trinity, and it's amazing that we have to live in this space, and PTSD, and she decided that was more important than what to do. So amazing friends. And bless you, holding space. I know that probably get you to Utah. Utah is the space that my friends are doing an athletes in cannabis event. And so we would love to have you there. So anybody that's connected to Shaw, Curry, Richardson, please get in touch with me, Jeff Eichen, and I will definitely be there for you. I'll be there for you all the freaking way. Nobody should be in jail or plan. I mean, come on, everybody. It's a new leaf. It's time to end the cannabis prohibition. It's time to end the war on people. It's time to end the Jim Crow era where, gosh, everybody is so messed up with their BS. They're still holding tight to. They're still holding tight to the fact that we are heft up in the world of being still illegal and having people in jail. So when I film Richard DeLisi, let's let Lauren in. Lauren's coming in. So we're welcoming Lauren in here. She's getting her sound and everything ready. When you're ready, Lauren, I'm just finishing up a story here. Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
Hey, I'm just finishing up a story here. So welcome to Weeds Day. I'm really blessed to have you. So when we filmed Richard DeLisi on our show the other day, back in December, he'd been in jail for 30-something years, maybe 33 years. And his daughter was 3 years old when she went in, and she was on our show also, hugging her papa. And so she's in a wheelchair now. She has a baby, and she was 3 years old when her daddy went in jail. She's 35 now. Just think about that. So my next movie is about the children, about the friends, the family members, and that's all I know is that we have to end prohibition, re-legalize marijuana, and get in this space that's going to have the grace to the human race. No more Jim Crow, no more out of balance Mexicans and blacks in jail for pot more than white people. Whatever. I'm not prejudiced except for against alcohol. I am prejudiced for alcohol. I'll bust anybody who beats their wife up on alcohol instead of smoking a J and kicking back and playing with their baby doll and putting on some Al Green and some Luther, And come on back, Lauren. You're good. You're good. And welcome, Lauren. Introduce yourself. And we met this morning, I believe, on a clubhouse. And introduce yourself. Hello.
Lauren. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're fantastic.
I'm Lauren. One person from Missouri. Just got this last year.
Wait. Jeff Mazansky. I filmed him.
Cool.
Jeff Mazansky.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Mazansky. Okay. He was in jail for 21-9 for 2 grams, 3 strikes in Missouri. I flew out to your state and I went and got it.
Yes. I'm here in Missouri. We just I think they just started opening the dispensary like November.
Oh, wow.
November.
Is that for rec or medical?
No.
Medical.
It's only medical.
Okay.
It's only medical.
Okay.
We got to start somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
It took them 2 years to even get dispensary open because we passed legislation. Was it 2 or 3?
It's 2 years. It's 2 years. Jeff helped with that. Jeff Mazansky helped with that. Yeah.
I want to say about 2019, and we didn't get. It took them a long time. A lot of red tape, a lot of angry people, just because the licensing system, but like how they were distributing the license, the whole process.
You mean if you had a lot of money, you can get a license? What a freaking deal!
If you have a lot of money,
They should call that the Beverly Hills bullshit. Right? Right? Like does Oprah smoke?
So, if it's something, I don't smoke anymore. It doesn't take too much to get.
Right.
So, just because you can't see my place, I mean, I'm not. But right now, I've been focusing on seasoning and butters and oils. I'm actually a caregiver, medical cannabis caregiver, and I have 2 patients currently. And so everything I do, I try to make sure.
So do you work on the 10 milligram system?
10, actually, they microdose more than that.
Okay.
Microdosing is my area of I won't say expertise, but it's my area of focus.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can always go up, but once you're up, if you're up too high, it's hard to come back down.
The RSO kicked my butt the first time.
Yes, it will. Yes, and that's my jam is the that is my jam. And
is that alcohol tinctures?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, alcohol tinctures. They are amazing for me, especially like pinpoint pain. Like I've been having issue with my jaw. I just drop that tincture in there. That doesn't bother me. My mom said, "Very crazy." I tried to give her a I tried to give her a drop. She's like, child, it gets the job done. But
You remember the movie The Graduate?
is that the one with Dustin Hoffman?
Yeah, where they made brownies in the kitchen, and the mom and dad were at the table, and she kept eating the brownies. She said, "Oh, these are good. These are good." And
Right.
and that was like 30 years ago, 40 years ago, that movie, 40 years ago. And we had the Reefer Madness, but the Graduate, they made some brownies, and the whole family, the table was cranking the tunes. Yeah.
Right.
And we're illegal. What the hell?
That part. And how the funny part is that as I get deeper and deeper into infusing, the further away I get from the sweet. The further and further away I get from the sweet. Like I especially with the season. Oh my God. So I did the batch of lemon pepper and did some lemon pepper wings. Knocked everybody.
We got to have you on our cooking episode. We're going to do a cooking episode, and you could do the down home wings.
Man, the lemon pepper wings got everybody together. And the sad part is I went to a party and they had someone who had made and catered some edibles, right? Table full of cookies. And couldn't taste anything but food, which the weed taste doesn't bother me. But if you're somebody who I know what bother my taste.
A cookie needs to taste like a cookie.
Cookie. Exactly. Like it was supposed to be a random $50 expectation, but like we were in a couple of powder. So it made me appreciate some real cookies.
Maybe I'll start a weed cooking conscious show on Netflix, and we'll get all the cannabis chefs, yourself included, and everybody can come on for one episode or have a reoccurring spot, And did you ever watch Pee Wee Herman? Yeah. Okay, so my family was involved with that, but that's a different story. But it was so fun to be in that space. We just lost Jambi. Jambi passed away last week.
Yes, I know.
So blessings, Jambi. Yeah. Good job, Jambi. Good job. I mean, what the hell? We're still going to space and doing nuclear crap, and Jambi was Jambi. I mean, if that was your grandpa, you'd rather have him than a guy that kills people.
That part.
What the hell,
That part. Or just the fact that here we are, I remember watching TV Playhouse when I was like 4 or 5. And here we are, 30 years later, and I can remember John, like, I was watching this yesterday. So that just speaks to longevity of people.
And let's go into our memory banks a minute. MJ. What the hell? And not MJ on the court. MJ, we are the world. We are the ones. Let's make a brighter day and let's start giving. You can't forget Thriller. You can't forget the Michael Jackson.
Man, I used to when I worked at a job when I was coming up my undergrad, and we are the world, and it was the most beautiful sight and they had it there. Across Ashland, I believe it was the they had this collective, and they sang a little heart out, and that's just kind of really good sight in my memory.
You like my shirt?
That's dope, because they need to be.
Your mom back. Everybody, we're on Weeds Day here with Jeff Eichen on IBM Network, which is International Broadcast Network, and we're here with Lauren Pursley. And thanks for finding me, Lauren. You're going to be my bud for the rest of my walk here. And that's a good term for friendship, bud.
Friend, Double tone.
I have a new peace sign. It's weed. And don't do it this way because that's gangy. Do it this way. I grew up Ice-T spun in my club. We did electric boogaloo and break-in in my nightclub. In LA, I was there in '83, and I got Pop and Lock, and I got African Bambaataa. Man, I'm a hip hopper. I'm the white guy. It's like a jungle sometimes, and make me wonder how I keep from going under. Grandmaster, yeah. So I'm a good old boy, and I met Jack Harrer and like Chair and all these things, and we're still in it. We're still on the bus, but now we have to end prohibition. You know, I mean, it says here, no more drug war. It's not the war on drugs; it's the war on people.
Exactly. It's like now, what it is to me, it's really a slap in the face for all those people that they sent to prison wrongly. You know what I'm saying? The slap in the face is that those same things that you imprison these people for ignorant, the punishment never matched the crime. And now you have someone on the other side making hand over fist cash.
On the industry. Yeah.
For something that you sent somebody to jail 20, 30 years for.
When I do, okay. See this guy here? See that guy there? I flew out to Michigan. That's Michael Thompson. He was in jail for 27 years. I was there on year 25. Freaking Michael was the producer, the production manager for Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
27 years in jail for pot, man. He's home now, and we want to do a concert, and we want to raise the vibration. You'll be there. You know, we want to make a restitution fund. I want to give $30,000 for $1,000 in a trust fund for every prisoner that was in jail for life for pot.
Man, that's real talk. Like there's so much more than just the surface with that. You know what I'm saying? Like the familial dynamic that gets destroyed from somebody having to go to jail 20 or 30 years behind cannabis. Right?
I saw Oprah in a lockdown 60 Minutes, and I put her on my show the other day. And she wasn't there personally, but she had a bulletproof vest on, and they're stopping lockdown in California. And she went in on a 30 Minutes thing, and I said, right on Oprah, because lockdown is solitary confinement, no windows.
Right. And that what it does to the mind. What it does to the mind, not even to just the person, but what it does to the mind. Like, we are social beings. We were created to be social. And and you can choose to not be social, but when it comes to the point that somebody forces you to not be social, your brain sinks back into itself, and your brain just begins to eat amongst itself because it doesn't have a social outlet.
Well, if you do bad in heaven, what kind of jail do they have in heaven?
Okay.
Reform. They'll give you more pot, though, and they'll make you to chill out. Here's some more pot. Chill out. You did wrong. Now do right. You know, we'll forgive you, but you gotta freaking stay on track. And you know they have the 3 strikes. Bullshit. The punishment did not fit the crime.
Right.
If you kill or rape, I'm pissed off. But if you smoke pot or have alcohol, you know.
Right.
You know.
It's all relative to, you know, to the time. You know what I mean? Like I was just sitting here, sitting on my porch. I was sitting here thinking last night, like we were literally, like when my mother was born, there was literally no like across the board civil rights.
You mean back of the bus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I was sitting here thinking, like, my mom was older than civil rights. She's still living that now. But I mean,
I mean, she is a witness.
Exactly.
Let there be a witness.
Exactly.
In LA, I went to Della Reese Church, and Della was there every Sunday or Saturday, and it was on Pico Boulevard. And I'd walk in there. There was one like three whiteys in there, and they were jamming, they were singing, and it was Della. Touched by an angel. Touched. Huh?
Her birthday was yesterday.
Oh wow! Is she still alive with us?
No, she's not still with us.
But there's a celebration for her.
What's the one that was
Right, that pretty girl. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she posted yesterday that she posted like a picture from the very young, the one when she was actually on such my age and saying that yesterday was her birthday.
Oh, nice. Well, happy birthday, Della. You know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Della, I went in there once. She said, you know, if you call me up, Della says, if you call me up and ask me for something, get to it. I just, you know, cut your credit cards up and tell me how much you need. You know, don't give me a big old long story. You know? And Della was there to help everybody.
That's what's up.
She says, I don't want a story. Just tell me how much you need.
Right. The story don't make me mad. Tell me what it is. I don't need to hear the story.
Well, Lauren, you got kids yourself?
No, I don't. I don't have.
Oh, nice. Do you got CBD dog treats?
Yeah.
There.
Matter of fact, I do a oil for their food every day. I have 3 people and 1 lamb shepherd. And my female people, she had a stroke, I believe. So, you know, she took a bed and they bring blood tests, and they were all kind of medicine, and they had her dope on all kind of stuff for like 2 or 3 months. They were like, we don't know, she's not really getting better than what to do. I was like, well, how about I try some CBD? That's just like my inner voice was telling me, just give me some CBD. It probably will help. Literally, Jeff, from the time, it took maybe a month difference of her on a CBD regimen with this oil every day. But she had facial drooping, paralysis, and all that. My dog was a different dog in 1 month of CBD.
You know, we gave CBD in the ear, inside the ear of a dog, because there's no fur there, and we put the CBD there, and Shuba was sent home to die, and Shuba lasted 2 more years.
That's basically what they were doing for me. But they're like, we don't know what else to do for. We can't really, you know, we don't have anything else. And like her face lifted, the muscles in her face began to, you know, regain their strength on both sides. Everything changed. Everything. 1 month.
Thanks to Israel and Dr. Machula. He's 86 years old, and he isolated the THC molecule. I got to meet Dr. Machula. Let's see here. If I have my Machula. Oh, sorry. That's my Cheech and Chong episode here. Hang on. Yeah, that's Cheech and Chong. But I have Dr. Machula here. I know Tommy. Tommy's a great friend of mine. But there's Dr. Raphael Mechoulam. In Israel, they have the best system for studying the medical aspects of cannabis on the planet. They study more in Israel than anybody. And that's my Babe Ruth card. That's my National Geographic. I take these in to have them sign when I meet really good people. So when I meet Snoop, I'm going to have Snoop sign.
Yeah. You got a second one.
Okay. Yeah. You know.
That's what's up. pleasure to work with them. And I'm actually on the edge of cultivating, dabbling with it to see if I can do it. One, and for two, like we got this. Like I don't.
Ed Rosenthal made the cannabis dictionary. You know, you can get it on he's an elder, and you can get it on Amazon. It'll tell you everything. It'll tell you mites if you got bugs, and how to get rid of mold, and the best medicine for your plants, and nutrients, and indoors and outdoors. So that's a really good Amazon find.
That's what I'll be on that. I will be on that because we got some issues. Now it's just the market is getting crazy. I know of two people. One close friend of my dear friend that they are messing with the street cannabis now. She overdosed on a fentanyl that they laced the cannabis with. I'm like, come on, y'all.
Fugazi opiates. Fugazi. Yeah. Yeah. What the hell?
Why would you? Exactly. No, you don't need to. So that right there, even though I'm not purchasing off the street, but that right there makes me want to just go ahead and grow my own. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's about awareness, and the love is in your own seeds. You put them in your mouth, and then you put them in the ground, and it has your DNA in there. You put the seeds, and then
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Well, Lauren, any final words? We're going to roll out of here because we got an hour show today, and we're at the top of the hour. I'm going to play my little intro you can watch. I'll share screen with you. Any final words?
And follow your ancestors, follow your heart, follow everything. When you get if you're in the kitchen and you get with cannabis, just keep going until the spirit stays back. That's final words for me.
Everybody, I'm sticking to my story and to Lauren's story. We'll see you on the flip side. See me on Instagram, and stay here for a minute. I'm going to share my screen with you. And here we go. And we're going to do our outro here. Oh, today we talked about sprinter Shar Curry Richardson. Baloney that she got ousted from the Olympics for pot because MLB, Major League Baseball, everybody, we talked about this earlier today, just decriminalized marijuana. So Major League Baseball can do it. We got to get the athletes in cannabis to unite. So everybody, here is, let's see if I can find my StreamYard. Here we are. And here we go, everybody. So we're going to go right into...
Okay, now look at me. Yeah, you're doing great. You're doing great. Okay, look at me. Yeah, look at me. Look at the camera. Yeah. Put your... I'm your host, Jeff Eichen, human rights advocate and social activist fighting for government deregulation of weed and the release of all nonviolent criminals incarcerated for possession of marijuana, moving violations, parking tickets, IRS debt, etc. Here on Weeds Day, we keep the public informed about all things weed related, including festivals and legislation surrounding regulating the growth of hemp. Good morning, ladies and germs. It's Jeff Eichen, and I hope you're not all germied, but that your seeds are germinating, and it is time to plant. Good morning, everybody. It's Mr. Fresh, Jeff Eichen, and today's episode of Weeds Day is here and about, and we're gonna be talking to some people today. If people come in today, I got some new people I'm having on, and we're gonna talk about sprinter Shaw Carey Richardson. She will miss the Olympics after failing a drug test for cannabis. Boo-hoo. So it's not a hemp-hemp-hooray there. MLB, Major League Baseball, just decriminalized marijuana. And so you can't pitch stoned or show up to the stadium stoned, but they're not going to be testing anymore for cannabis in your system, or fire you or take your money away. And so we are super sad that the Olympic Committee has banned this beautiful, beautiful person. I'm just going to tell you here. It says American athlete sprinter Shaw Carey Richardson may be suspended from the Tokyo Olympic Games after failing a drug test over cannabis. Only 4 weeks away, set to begin on the 23rd and run through August 8th. Jamaica Gleaner first reported that Richardson tested positive for prohibited substance. She failed the test only for cannabis, which is attributed to anonymous source. The New York Times confirmed the news, and American runners Gina plays for blah 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 blah. So I'm very sad that cannabis is still a Schedule 1 drug. So everybody, Hemp-Hemp-Hooray, love you so much. Let's play. Let's get it on. And like I said, Hemp-Hemp-Hooray. This one's for you, Jack Harrer, like terror. Love you, everybody. I'm in, not out.
Hey everybody, that's me, and in the corner here, let's see if I can exit here, and I'm going to say a bid for you all up there too. Hang on, Lauren there. And thank you, Lauren, for coming in. It was so fun to see you today. And everybody, stay hydrated and be careful how much you put in your system. Don't drive, don't teach the children, love it up, and you can donate to lifersamovie.com/donate for my next film about the families. Come on, the DeLises, 33 years, and Ashley's 35, and she was 30. She was 3 years old when her dad went in. So that's the end of my show today. We got to stay on time here. Love you so much. Hemp-Hemp-Hooray, everybody. And don't forget our peace sign. 3 is weed, 2 is peace, and that's F Schedule 1. 3, 2, 1. Love you, Lauren. See you on the flip side.
Love you guys.
Take care of Missouri. Say hi to Jeff Mazansky. Okay, everybody. You're ending broadcast.